Yunli is a limited Clara who walks barefoot on fire. She is from the physical element and follows the path of destruction. Yunli's basic attack deals physical damage. Yunli's talent allows her to launch a counter whenever she gets attacked. Her counters are blast-type skills and scale on Yunli's attack. Additionally, she also gains 15 energy. This talent helps Yunli work extremely well in pure fiction, especially with teammates like Jade. Yunli's skill also deals the same damage as her talent's counter, while also healing a portion of Yunli's health to keep her alive. Ideally, Yunli needs to get hit as much as possible, which is where her ultimate comes into play. She gains parry and taunts all enemies after using her ultimate. This effect will only last until the next allies or enemy's turn. So, timing your ultimate is crucial when it comes to playing Yunli. Yunli has two types of counters. Whenever Yunli initiates a counter effect from her talent, she triggers Counter Intuit Call instead and removes the parry effect. Her Counter Intuit Slash is triggered if no counter is used when Yunli has parry. Both of these counters deal the same damage, but her Intuit Call deals another extra 6 instances of damage, dealing extra damage worth 432% of Yunli's attack. To deal as much damage as possible, you would start by using Yunli's ultimate right before an enemy's attack. This will initiate her Counter Intuit Call. On the other hand, if enemies do not attack Yunli after she uses her ultimate, then Counter Intuit Slash will be triggered. Both of these counters are considered as ultimate and follow-up attack damage. Her technique immediately casts Intuit Call on entering battle. This attack will also get an 80% damage buff, so it can be pretty useful for getting rid of the fodder. This trace gives Yunli a 30% attack buff when using her counter. This reduces the damage received and resists crowd control debuffs in parry state. Her most important trace is A2. It replaces every second Intuit Slash with Intuit Call. Other traces will provide 28% attack, 18% HP, and 6.7% crit rate. Yunli has two notable Eidolons, E1 and E6. E1 increases the damage dealt by counters. E1 also increases the extra instances of damage for Intuit Call by 3. This increases the extra damage dealt by Intuit Call from 432% to 648%. E2 gives defense ignore, and E4 increases effect residual when using counters. Her E6 is insanely overpowered as it triggers Intuit Call regardless of whether enemies hit her or not. Additionally, Yunli gets a crit rate and physical rest pin buff when using her counters. Yunli's signature increases the chance of Yunli being attacked, which can help her initiate a lot more counters. It also provides crit damage and follow-up attack damage buffs. I would prioritize Yunli's Light Cone over her E1. Your next best option will be Brighter Than the Sun, which increases crit rate, attack, and energy regeneration. Clara's Signature and Fall of an Aeon are your other 5-star options. Under the Blue Sky will be your last option. The majority of Yunli's damage comes from her counters, which scale on her attack. So you can use Windsoaring Valorous or Champion of Streetwise Boxing. For planers, I would recommend Duran or Inert Salsado. You would want crit rate on body, attack on boots, physical damage on orb, and attack or energy rope. Yunli doesn't require speed, as she can take action whenever she is attacked by enemies. Now let's talk about the best teams for Yunli. This will be your first team. Robin requires no explanation due to the massive buffs that she provides. Tingyun's ultimate can regenerate 50 energy for Yunli. Lynx works pretty well with Yunli due to his skill, which increases the chances of Yunli being attacked. I would recommend using other sustains like Aventurin and Fu Xian, as Lynx's healing isn't that good. The next team helps Yunli use her ultimate as often as possible. Huo's ultimate regenerates 20% of Yunli's max energy, and Sparkle provides good buffs. Next up is the free-to-play team with Pella providing Defense Ignore. For pure fiction, you want to pair Yunli with Jade. Together, these two are quite formidable and deal a ton of damage. But this team doesn't perform that well outside of pure fiction. The last teammate for Yunli is March in her new hunt form. March can gain a lot of charges due to Yunli, and also provide Yunli with decent buffs.